Okay. Nice. Okay, everything seems to be fine. Hello guys, what's up? Welcome. So we are currently in this Ethereum trade, as I shared. Kind of waiting right now what's going to happen, since we have a very small free tab here. But currently moving my stop loss here to 53. I'll quickly write it to the channel. Yeah, actually, I'm from Central Europe, so yeah. Can you check out oil? Yeah, absolutely, we can check out oil. I'll actually have a full analysis on it for a while. We've been long since this zone, and long term I expect oil to keep on running higher. On a lower time frame, let me check if there's something. Actually, let me go back to this chart so we can start from here. Check it from here, because I don't want to add much to that zone, to that chart. But we have bullish volume, and currently we're trading in this key level, so we might get some small reaction to the downside, but long term I still remain very bullish on oil. Since like we have been building the same structure as gold had previously, you had this, which was basically a same thing as we had in a gold against silver. I think it's like this. And it's pretty much the same structural points as oil has right now, so expect long-term bullish. Currently our longs are up about a how much? 30% spot, so that's kind of nice. Okay, we are getting close to New York session open, so let's go back to these charts. We might see some trap. I don't really mind if we will go lower, because we still have a 15-minute close, 15-minute unfilled level here. And on top of that, it's New York session, and we have some 1-minute scalps, so we basically banked a little bit, like a how much was it? 49. And banked basically about 1.5 risk reward so far, but I expect it to pump at least to the 73 hopefully. This is a hourly candle pretty much, and the targets are 50% of this candle and the top side, so that's what I would expect for intraday. Might see push. I will get back to analyzing the other charts soon. I'm just waiting for some action on the New York Open. Bitcoin is holding a 50%, 75 pip right now and dumped below the 50% of this candle, which I warned you yesterday. So potentially this trade could be over on the expectations of the dump, but I still would love to see this low being taken out at 65.300. If it's not taken, I wouldn't really mind, but yeah. There's like, it's kind of boring because we don't really have any new structure. Like if you look at the plain chart of, I don't know, let's use Kraken for example. Like we are still in this annoying range for a while, so that's why I'm not really taking any new trades currently, or like any longs on altcoins as much. Just basically scalping Ethereum and Bitcoin, but once it starts we will start taking more trades. I think we tapped the... yeah, nice, okay, so we have the TP on. Okay, on the Ethereum. First big TP hit. So okay, beautiful. Not bad move. We got the middle, and right now the trade is pretty much can do anything it wants to do. Let me check how is USDT dominance looking. Pretty okay, I would say. Not really much happening here. Recovering, so see 15 minutes, 5 minutes. There's potentially something building here, but nothing exact. We are still building some sort of a trend line structure here, so this can eventually pop. This is what many people are watching right now currently, I think. And what we also did today is attack this key level once again, or like not today, it was yesterday, and bounced off that, but nothing's really been moving since that. There's a super small level on 15 minutes on Bitcoin from here. This little fucker. And this one has been holding the Bitcoin down all the time. So basically once this pops, we should get a nice squeeze towards the 72k at least. But you can see that we never actually closed above that level. Always just a wick. So that's your key level for now, and right now we may be looking for some zones here, but this was not tapped yet. Oh, it was okay. So this may potentially hold, but until this is taken out, we can't really do anything. It's very chaotic last couple days. We are basically okay. Our trade was stopped slightly in profit after the take profit. So I guess right now we are going to be going for this unfilled area at the 1924, and that could be the next area to target. We'll see, maybe this level holds, but I doubt it. Actually, it might perfectly tap D. No, didn't tap. How's the volume looking? Volume is surging actually, but that's because of the New York Open. So no FOMOing into new positions, even if it pumps, even if it dumps. No pressure here. It's New York Open in the end. Total stuck between these still. Total free retesting a key level. Currently at quite a bad spot. But let's look at the market caps. This is what we were discussing in the free channel too. We still closed in these levels. Perfectly tested the fib as well on 0.75. So as long as we don't close a monthly candle below this level, I would say everything can pump still. All the charts closed basically perfectly. See, none of them really closed above, below, so that's good. And right now I would like to see some bounces during the March, but still something like this can occur just to sweep the previous monthly low before we reverse actually. Because if we study the previous pumps basically, they sometimes tend to do these aggressive candles and then fill the wick. And then you have these bounces. So far it's looking pretty good. We can off the logarithmic chart, go to US 500, but this was fine. We need weekly. So US total still in the zone that we were expecting to go higher, but US 500 against total 3 could do the top formation and we may dump. What I'm considering right now is a PO3, so we might see some final trap before it reverses. Something like this. Did it just double? Yeah, it doubled. Ethereum Bitcoin, one chart to check as well. You basically need for alts to overcome this this level. Once we do close above this level, it's a free path to the highs, and that's where alts will perform well. Right now it's around the key levels, so it's kinda annoying to wait, but there's some liquidity forming, as you see, but we would like to see a closure above this. Something like this would be perfect. Let me check if you guys are writing something. Yeah, there's a bunch of you actually. So you're from Poland, nice. Okay. Volume up, sorry. Okay, I can try to increase my volume a little bit if that's not enough. Or maybe my microphone was a little far, sorry. Could you please shed some light on what to expect in 2-3 months and the odd season which we were expecting yesterday? Me also consider the bullishness, it's quite panicking. Yeah, I didn't manage to fully discuss this with D-Man yet. I think this will be the first time where I am going to remain bullish while he is bearish. But my point is I am bullish on a monthly time frame mostly. And what I believe D is actually looking at is the more of a short term, like a weekly time frame. I just expect monthly to close bullish. So even maybe I didn't read this report or nor we discussed it, but there's a possibility that this month will just be wait, we need a different chart. so I can show you. There is a chance that we will actually do something like a something like this during this month, but I expect monthly to close bullish. So despite any dumps, I would imagine that we actually grind the price up at the end of the month. So in terms of a short term, it's possible that Bitcoin will dump, but I think that monthly could and should remain bullish. You just don't want to see a closure below this level. Once we close below this, it could be a big problem. Because if this does not hold, then you're looking for a very huge dump towards the 516 billion, which I believe it's around a 30k for Bitcoin. Let's check the date. So this is sub 22 and around the price of September 23. So that would be September 23. Yeah, that's about 26k. If we close below that level on logarithmic chart. I also stated that, let me check if I can find it, that I could expect a bottom for the Bitcoin on the, if I find it. Wait, I need to find the chart. I said 21,100 would be the ideal bottom if we were looking for some insane dumps. But I expect first to run higher, actually, into 80k at least. Oh yeah, okay, it's here. I don't think I posted a chart with that, now that I'm looking into it. I don't know why, but... Okay, that's a bit of a problem, because I wanted to show you the chart why I expect the 21k. Wait, it was... Oh, I know where it was. It was in the VIP group, because I shared them a new video yesterday or 2 days ago. So 1 second, I'll find the chart very quickly. Okay, it was BTC USDT.P on Binance on 2-day chart. Why is it not here? What is happening? Right now I'm hella confused. Something happened that I didn't want to happen, and please don't tell me delete it. Oh, I see why. I didn't know that's a pair. Okay. And that's not the one as well. This one. Isn't it? Sorry guys, 1 sec. It was a third one. BTC.USDB. Oh, okay, yeah. It was this one. So basically we are at a we swept the range high on both the 12-month and 3-month candle. Right now we are getting the reaction from a 3-month candle, so we should see some push towards the higher levels before we continue lower. But I could imagine something like this actually, where we get this and then we decide if we go lower here on there. But short term I expect pump to at least 80k, which I stated many times. Maybe we have some zones in here too. We need the daily for that. So 80k, just follow the key levels I sent in the free group, and those are the levels I would expect to be filled. Good share point, would it be a good idea to keep holding the spot bags? Yeah, absolutely. I would be holding these spot bags and just adding on the futures. Rotate the profit from futures and rotate them into spot. Can I ask how you know that level, if it breaks, it will go lower? Haven't gotten good with that, understanding my knowledge. I mean, you would notice if it breaks lower, and like in terms of a higher time frame analysis, it would be very bad if it broke below, because many algorithms would be caught in a cascade, a very big liquidation cascade. So why are my charts suddenly? Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Okay. 0. I need to make one chart for everything, because then I'm just confused as fuck. Because I use a couple more things on each, so yeah. So if it closes below, you have a big problem, because fibs will be ignored, trend lines will be ignored, and people will start panicking a lot. Algorithms will trigger their positions, and many people would sell. And this would cause a big spike down. So I expect at least some pump towards the higher levels, and then maybe we can go lower. But for now, I don't think we will break below that level. Bitcoin is, or Ethereum is dumping towards the 1922, as we said. So that's okay. Bitcoin is trying to hold this fib, but once it loses this fib, it will break down to this level. Fibs are not something that I would be using all the time, but they are good to watch, because you know where people are waiting with their orders, so it's not something that I would be or not something that I would trade off, but you need to watch them. Bitcoin dominance still in this like annoying box, so we are either waiting for a deviation below or deviation higher. It's building a free tap, actually a bearish free tap, which is good, because if we get a trap to the upside, then you have the alt season, and it would confirm the PO3, but for now it's just stuck in the range. Ethereum dominance. It has this slightly weird free tap, but it's a free tap. So if we get some nice bounce around here, it'd be good. If not, then we still didn't tap this higher time frame level by a slight tick, so that could be it. And also it seems like we are in some sort of accumulation on Avikov, so but there's not really currently any levels I would be watching. Only thing I was watching was this daily level, which we reacted to and kinda bounced, but right now waiting. We only have this on our free tap. Maybe you can add some fibs to see what we are holding, where we are standing, and then kinda react to that. But you see 0.75 respected, 0.75 respected, so maybe we revisit this level and then we'll see what's next. True price on Bitcoin still respecting the level I told you about. It's the 15-minute level. And dumping of that, if we find anything here, that's the only can actually see Oh, it's the only level we have here via the tool I use as well. So nothing really here. Ethereum true price also below key levels. Kind of waiting for this one, but we have this weird double bottom here, and this is also a range, so annoying stuff for now. If Bitcoin goes back to 80k and maybe 108k, where do you see Ethereum in that case? This depends especially on the price of or not price, but the levels of Ethereum Bitcoin. If Ethereum Bitcoin decides to take out this level first before the Bitcoin runs, then it will outperform, and in that case we would be higher than that, so probably around the 3k, especially 2.6k, yeah, 2.6k if we reach the 80k, but as long as we stay above this level, alt should perform well, and then you would see a surge. In that case, it would be around 44% against Bitcoin, so if Bitcoin rises to 80k, which is 20% pump, you should see around 30% pump on a Ethereum right now, which is exactly the 2.6k as I said right now. So what's my thinking behind that is that if Bitcoin basically pumps 20%, leads to a and Ethereum BTC takes out that key level, then you're looking into a 44% pump on Ethereum Bitcoin, which is 50% more against BTC basically. So that means you would be looking exactly around the 20% pump plus 100 plus 50%, or like I wrote it like a retard, sorry. It would be like this. No, like this, my bad. So that would put you into 30% pump. So from current prices would be around these 2.6k. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is looking still very good because we are defending the levels on the weekly and daily on the FIBs. And also there was one very, very important thing, which was the defense, or we defended the 8.074% on a weekly. And that is exactly where we were sitting. So as long as we do not close the levels around that, we should be safe. I mean monthly, sorry. So until then, I'm pretty much bullish. Let me check what else we can look for. Ethereum against Ethereum dominance. Kind of weird chart. Some of you might not like it. Bitcoins against BTC USDT, sitting on a key level. Also, this is a very valid zone, which we can slightly increase. So right now ranging 2. No. If we have 20% pump on Bitcoin and you have a 44% pump on Ethereum Bitcoin, it's basically, what does that mean is a, wait, how can I chart it? So BTC, Ethereum, okay. And you are trading a Bitcoin against, or Ethereum against Bitcoin, right? So if this pumps 20%, okay, let's write it, I'm not going to, 20%, and this has to pump against Bitcoin. So if we have a 44% pump, this means that Ethereum will pump 44% compared to the Bitcoin. So if this goes up, this also must go up. So it will go up 20% plus 44% against the Bitcoin. So you're basically adding a, let's calculate it quickly. It's basically a 20% times 0.44. So you are looking at a 28.8% price compared to the Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin pumps 20%, Ethereum should pump about 28.8% compared to it at 80k if it follows the trajectory of the Ethereum Bitcoin and we go to a 0.04 on Ethereum. Yeah, probably I will try to contact him and ask him what are his views and why did his situation change so quickly, but obviously it's going to be because of the iron. I also was looking into how it developed last time, which was around the September 22 and the, okay, it was around the September 22 where the war started against Ukraine and the, or was it February? Let me check the date real quick. Yeah, it was February. So this is where the war started between the Russia and the Ukraine. Exactly here. So you need to be a bit cautious. But we still pumped after that 30%, which is kind of what I expect and would suit the expectations to the 80k. Then we will see, because if the chart suggests that we will go lower, we will have to sell some positions and wait for the reaccumulation. But yeah, it all depends what will form on the higher time frame. Because basically we are still in a stall model of the market makers. Let me quickly find it. This is the sell model. I will invert the chart right now so you can see it. Right, I don't have to invert it, I'm stupid. Okay. I would rather find the other one. Where is it? Here. So what we had here was a... maybe I need a better chart for that, because it's not as obvious here, as I have a lot of stuff here. Okay, let's use a different chart again. Whatever. Okay, this one is not nice. Okay, it's okay. So what you had here is a... we can't use this one as it doesn't have any history with Finex. Yeah, okay, finally. So you had a VVG here, which was tapped. So technically speaking, we could be at this move right now here. here. So there is a possibility that we will go something like this and then continue lower. It still applies all the if we apply all the fibs and ranges, and it kind of aligns with this that I have right now. You see, it's pretty much the same. And if this was the original consolidation, then it would put us exactly at the lows that we expected. So I have it wrongly set like this. So okay, let me check what you are guys writing. Nothing right now, okay. Let's check the lower time frame on the Bitcoin, how it's looking. I'm trying something, but nothing really that's cool right now. Maybe we might be able to take some trades here below this level to the upside, but only if it proves to be reacting well. It's going to wait right now. Still don't have the 15-minute filled here on ETH, so I mean, we don't need to take many trades, just some quick scalps. You see, we got banked some decent profit on this if you were using some nice leverage or position. And yeah, just don't over-risk. Just slowly accumulate the profits and build these spot positions. Then you will make a lot of money even with these, so there's just more and more liquidity curves being built, so yeah. I will also show you one thing I saw recently. It's a pretty nice app. Oh, wait, 1 second. I know you can see anything. 1 second. Well, maybe it's not going to be possible like this. Right. It was like this. No. But you can't probably see anything. Okay. So I will show you how it looks on the internet. That's going to be easier, I guess. Let's say I download it into my computer as a app. And yeah, okay, nice. The problem is here that the stuff disappeared because there's much more to it that you can check. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal that you can use for news, some sort of like that, very simplified. The name is I'll show you. It's a world app, worldmonitor.app. I use the finance one, which you can just click here and collect the information around the finances. You can also see conflicts, news in real time, and you can adjust it here with the panels. You can off anything or turn off, turn on. You can basically increase all these just to fit what you need. I have a different setup, but I can show you somehow because I have it as an app, but it wouldn't show on the stream somehow. I think they have some sort of protection for it, or I don't know. It's a pretty new app, so maybe it's just not fixed yet. But it's one of the collapse that you can kind of track. Let me see even if you can even watch it on the stream. Just quickly. I closed it now? Oh. So yeah. Let me just check if you see it. And I see we're able to see it, okay. So this is a pretty good app you can use, and it's free, so maybe it's not going to be free for a long time, but I suggest you try to use it as for now, as it can help you a lot with the analysis. And we actually missed the trade, so that's kind of fucked on the Bitcoin. It closed above the above the previous 5-minute and filled this price action, so we should have been long here, but it's too late right now, so not going to enter this late. So we don't know if it's not going to go lower, but you see the thinking. Hopefully this is not the trade that would push it for the 71.5k. It would be kind of sad, but yeah. I think that is going to be pretty much it for today. There's not much I would like to share else. Otherwise DGT, Donald J Media, or how is it called? Maybe that is where we are looking for one more sweep, and also Coinbase. Coinbase is also still on my monitor list for the Bitcoin price in case we dump here. Because if we dumped here, it would be around, how much was it? 32% to 50% dump, which I calculated was slightly better compared to the Bitcoin, as Bitcoin dumped only 50%, while the Coinbase stock dumped a 70%. So basically this is the amounts it dumped. So if we calculate that, it's about 71%, or like some scale of it is 0.71. So if we dump another 34%, it should be around 22% on Bitcoin, or 53, which should be around, how much? 37%. So 20 goes to 53k, or 38, which would put us at the 38k, which I was expecting earlier. But yeah, this is only in case the Coinbase dumps. It would mean that Bitcoin would go down too. But my bet is that we still go to 80k first, because there's a lot of unfilled levels. Unless this zone, like this pressure zone, doesn't hold for eternity, because it's such a small level, but it's very obvious that there's a big sell wall, basically. And I can tell you already now that if this breaks, we are likely going to be short squeezed higher than the 72k for now. Because there's so many orders waiting, so in case we do, then you have the space likely open to 78k and very likely to 79k, as we have unfilled free tab here. So if this gets flipped, very big chance we actually just continue to highs. Demons and Hybers, let me check. Okay. Yeah, last time this demon sent this, we dumped, I think, too, but let's see. One second. Okay, sorry, I was interrupted. Yeah. Okay, we didn't check others, so let's check that. Nothing new here. It's the same range as on the others, so yeah. Remember what I said, if we go lower it's going to be around 58k for now, then we will see. If not, then we are going to push towards the 72k if we get a reaction there. Watch for momentum and watch for news that will come out around the 72k. If they keep on pushing bearish news, we will see 80k. If not, then yeah. Otherwise we are arranging and there's no reason to trade. Okay. What's VIP like? Currently there's no VIP. I'm only sending their like educational stuff during this month. It was free for them, for the previous members. But in terms of VIP, you have membership that includes like a mentorship all the time, educational stuff, my thesis, my trades, also some useful sites, and yeah, pretty much all of that. But right now, as we are arranging, it was kinda inactive a little bit. And this month was free, as I had said, so I was only sending them videos there, so yeah. It will come back on the 15th, but right now it is pretty much inactive. You can also request personal charts there, so. Okay guys, I think that's going to be it for today. Just kind of scanning, waiting for the reaction if there's something, because D is actually spamming with the post, so I will have to talk to him. Probably wanna see how he thinks right now and what's his expectations. But on alts, I still remain bullish. It would be nice if, now that I think of it, what we need for Bitcoin dominance to rise is a bearish momentum. So if this has to fulfill, then yeah, it will mean that alts will dump a little bit. We get the trap here and then 8 nukes. So I think we kind of align. We still have like 4 weeks before the month closes. So during these 4 weeks, we'll probably see some sort of sweep of these highs, and then we go lower on Bitcoin dominance, which should be good for alts. I would like to go live today, but I have some program on the evening, so actually I can be live. We are spending some time off or away from my house, so. But I will try to be live maybe tomorrow again. And depends if D will write me or not, if he's going to be reactive or not. Okay guys, so thank you so much for coming today, we'll see you next time. Thank you, bye bye.